Hey guys, so due to how long Monday Night Raw is, and because Dad comes over today on Tuesdays, I'm just gonna do reviews for Monday Night Raw and Smackdown Live, but we'll do live reaction for NXT. So there will be a live reaction to NXT. There will be a Smackdown Live review and NXT live reaction tomorrow. So, but today it's the first in a few months Monday Night Raw review, so let's just jump into this show. Triple H got in the ring and he immediately started talking about like what happened at Elimination Chamber with Bayley and Sasha becoming the first ever tag team champions. Then he congratulated Finn on becoming Intercontinental Champion. Then he talked about how Kofi had lasted so long and impressed everyone in the Elimination Chamber, which I thought was cool. And then he said that there were 4 NXT members who were gonna have their Raw debut. So I don't know if they're staying on Raw, if they're gonna go back to NXT like after this. I'm not really sure, but anyway, it was very cool. I liked it. I'm kind of a stickler for this stuff, so I liked. It was he introduced them in the order Ricochet, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. And so I saw Ricochet, I got happy. Saw Aleister, I got happy. Saw Tommaso Ciampa, wasn't like ecstatic, but you know, okay. And then saw Johnny and got happy. So it was cool for me. I didn't mind that. And then they like showed these little promo packages for each person, and like I can't wait. If Ricochet is gonna stay on Raw, then I would love to see how that goes. Like, as long as they use him well, they need to use him well. They need to use him and everyone well. But I am excited to see where that goes. Okay, so then Triple H said that the first match of the night was going to be a tables match, and so I got undoubtedly way too early, a little bit excited until he said that it was going to be the former GM, acting general manager Baron Corbin, and I knew where this was going, and it's just like, do we have to? Apparently we have to, because it's Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman in a tables match. Man. Okay, so there was a lot of Baron getting offense because he kept beating up on the parts of Braun that were taped, like his back and his ribs and stuff, because he was like in a lot of pain due to that double table like powerbomb thing from Sunday. So obviously, so Baron kept taking advantage of that. But Braun ended up had a table in the side of the ring, like at Elimination Chamber, and just powerbomb Baron right into it and won the match. So it's not really a lot to say about this one. I just really want this feud to be over. Just stop with the whole Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin thing, because it's getting old for me, honestly. It's just, I don't love it that much anymore. When Triple H said it, I was like, oh, great, here we go again. And so, it just, that feud just needs to, like, be stopped soon, because I don't know, just kind of over it at this point. But after the match, when Braun was starting to walk up the ramp to the back, Paul Heyman came out, and like Braun just stared at Paul, and Paul so stupidly was like, "You can leave now." And Braun grabbed him by his throat, and Paul was so terrified. He's like, "You're hurting me! You're hurting me! Please stop!" And the crowd started chanting for Braun to throw Paul into a table, but instead Braun just let go. And then Paul kept doing the thing where he kept starting to talk, but then would like cough or something, and then finally they just went to commercial. They came back, and then Paul's talking about like how he wants to show everyone video footage or like a narration of Brock Lesnar, and then the video package was actually kind of nice. I was just talking about like how Brock started at WWE, and then he had cleaned out the roster or something, so he went to UFC, and then he cleaned out all of them, so he decided to come back to so he decided to come back to WWE. It was like, the video package was actually pretty good. And then Paul was talking about how Seth was not ready for any of this, and how Seth was about to meet his demise at WrestleMania, you know, that stuff. But Finn Balor came out, which made me happy, and I thought he was going to interrupt Baron, but it turned out when they came back from commercial, Finn just came out to talk about the fact that he won the Intercontinental Championship, so I don't mind. He, like, that segment was alright. Paul, of course, is a great talker, but I'm just getting bored of the whole Paul being here and Brock not thing. Like, but when they come back from commercial and Finn is talking, and he's just talking about how, like, he'd always wanted to be Intercontinental Champion after, like, people like Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair had it, and, like, so he was happy that he was able to continue on, like, by being the Intercontinental Champion, that he wanted to defend it. But as he was about to say that, Lio Rush came out and said that Finn didn't deserve it, and said that Bobby Lashley deserved it. So obviously him and Bobby are good, because Bobby came from behind and attacked Finn, and then Lio got in the ring and they both started double teaming on him. Finn was laying on the ground and was laying on the mat at one point, and then Lio got up and did a splash off the rope, and then Ricochet's music played, and I got excited. As Ricochet came out and came to Finn's defense and just, like, cleaned out the ring, and then him and Finn were standing tall, and Bobby and Lio were, like, on the ramp just staring. And then they went to commercial, they came back, and of course it was Finn Balor and Ricochet versus Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. And it was so cool to see, like, Ricochet and Lio going at it. It's like they both have, like, that same quickness. So they were, like, kept getting away from each other and coming back and getting away and stuff, and it was cool. And, like, Lio tried to do a head scissors takedown Ricochet, but was shocked when Ricochet just, like, jumped right out of it, just kip-upped right out of the hold. And Lio was kind of like, Bobby was not impressed at all. He was just kind of looking at Lio like, you seriously can't handle this? And so it was like and then Bobby got in. He, like, immediately took Ricochet down, and then Ricochet, like, had his hands up, like, no, don't touch me or something, and it's like, what? I've never seen Ricochet do that before. I mean, I just started watching NXT since SummerSlam weekend, so maybe he would have, and I just didn't know, but since I started watching NXT, I've never seen that. But then Lio got back in the ring with Ricochet, and Lio wanted Finn, and Ricochet knew this, so he was just like, oh, you want him? Okay. Tagged in Finn, and then Finn and Lio went at it, and then it was a lot of Bobby gained a lot of offense on Finn. But it ended with Ricochet getting Lio, and he did, like, his spinning thing. I forget what you call it, but it's awesome. The spinning thing, and he did it and got the win for him and Finn. So they celebrated, and it was cool. I did like that. I did not mind that at all. The match was, like, kind of slow at some points, but fast at others. Like, definitely fast at times when Ricochet was there. The crowd, though, it was like, I know you didn't expect to see them, and I know you might not be too familiar, but at least try to have a reaction. Like, some of the stuff, like, the stuff that Ricochet was doing was definitely impressive. Like, at least try to care, but no one cared at all. So it was like, the crowd was really kind of making it a little bit hard for me to enjoy Raw fully, honestly, because it was just like, I know that Monday Night Raw hasn't, like, been the best show ever recently, but it's like, you're there to watch it, so at least try to enjoy it. But it was like no one was, so it was like making it hard for me to really love it. But you know. So the match, I do love the fact that Finn Balor and Ricochet won. And they are a good team, so it worked out well for me. Then Triple H was talking to Natalya backstage, but Drew McIntyre came up to him and he's like, I want Seth. I want to be in the WrestleMania main event. Let me prove it to you. And before Triple H could, like, make the match for Drew and Seth tonight, Dean Ambrose came up to him and was like, I'm not doing anything tonight. What about me? And then he slapped Drew in the face and walked away. Triple H was like, so do you still want that match with Seth? And Drew was like, just change the match. And walked off angrily, so obviously it was like, he doesn't want to face Seth anymore right now. But, yeah. And then there was a video package showing what's been going on the last week or so between Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and the man, Becky Lynch. And I really hated the fact that, like, when they showed the clip of Becky interrupting, like, getting in at the end of, like, Charlotte and Asuka's match, how they just said Charlotte's match. Asuka's in the ring, too! You can at least mention her. She's alive! She's in the ring! It's like, I really hope Asuka is on Smackdown tonight. Oh my god, I really hope. Okay. Yeah, obviously I'm gonna be supporting her tonight. Obviously, but okay. Get back to all this. The video package was pretty good. I didn't mind it too much, but it was cool to see Becky, like, just demolish Ronda and Charlotte. That was cool. Okay, and then the next match was Lucha House Party versus Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. And of course, Lucha House Party won, and Kurt was very upset about it, and Zack was trying to be like, it was fine. Kurt almost won a couple times, and we thought he was going to get the win, but ended up getting put in that roll-up and didn't kick out, so Lucha House Party won. Kurt is still upset about that, I bet. And then next, right after the match, Charlie Caruso came out and for some reason decided to interview Heavy Machinery. So Heavy Machinery came out, they were on the ramp, and they were talking. Tucker said that Otis has his back in the ring and that he has Otis's back outside the ring. Otis just said they like steaks and wings, and for some reason said Chucky. I don't know what that means, but he said they like steaks and wings. And then Otis said that he has, and then Otis was just like, I have your back, big brother, to Tucker, and it was weird. I'm like, okay. And then Lacey Evans just randomly came out, strutted to the end of the ramp, and then did like she did at Elimination Chamber, just turn around, walk back up the ramp. But instead of stopping, she looked at Heavy Machinery and like told them to do it. So they like did their walk, like strut down. And then she's just kind of looking at him like, okay. And they walk back up the ramp. And I don't know if she's aligned herself with Heavy Machinery now. I don't know if this is just her new theme. I don't know what's going on. It's really weird. I don't really get it. But, okay. Not much more to say about that. And then the next segment, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano are backstage. They're talking to each other. And then Bobby Roode and Chad Gable came up, and they don't understand why Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny are the ones to get a shot at the Revival. Like, they're not fighting for the tag team titles, but still, it's like, why do you get to fight the Revival? You just got here. And it's like, we are the ones who lost our titles to the Revival. We should be able to fight. And then Johnny was like, we don't care about you. We came here to make an impact, to represent NXT, to like show everyone here. And it's like, and so and then the Revival came out and was like, oh, that's cute, see you in the ring. And then of course it was Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano versus the Revival. It was a really good match, and obviously I was hoping for Tommaso and Johnny to win. It sounds really weird to say I hope Tommaso would win, but Johnny was there and I didn't want Johnny to lose, so obviously, like, gonna vote for them. But it ended up being that Johnny and Tommaso did their kick knee thing to one of the members of the Revival and won the match. So it was a pretty good match, actually, but Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny came out victorious. That's great. Like, I did like the match. It was pretty cool. It was a good match. Pretty slow at times, fast at others, but it was okay. And then Finn Balor and Ricochet are backstage, and they're interviewed about their win, and Finn's like, I was just happy this guy got to debut tonight, and then he left Ricochet alone so he could, like, have the interview to himself and talk about how he was happy to debut, and he did say that So I don't know if this was he might be on Raw now. I'm not sure, but he said that, like, if you think you've seen the last of me, you haven't. This is only the beginning. So I guess he's on Raw now. I didn't know if it was like permanently debuting on Raw or if they're just gonna be on Raw for a little while and then for like tonight and then go back to NXT. I don't know, but Ricochet might stay and I don't mind. As long as they treat him right, I don't mind too much. And then Kevin Owens, after a commercial break, had like this little video message where he was like out with, I think, his son or something. He was just, you know, just talking about like he's ready to fight, he's ready to come back, and he'll come back soon. And he gave this little his either son or brother or something like $20, and all the kid got with popcorn and soda, but there was no change, and he was kind of confused about that. And so it's like, I hope Kevin Owens comes back soon, because that would be cool to see. And then Sasha and Bayley come out and celebrate the tag team championship win. Bayley talks about like she could barely talk the night before, and that she's still feeling it. She and Sasha are still so emotional and so happy about this. And then, you know, of course, Nia and Tamina came out and tried to ruin it, tried to say that Sasha would turn her back on Bayley, and then like they'll probably lose their titles because Sasha always loses it on the first defense. They tried to get in the ring, but Sasha and Bayley kept knocking them down, and so that was it. Sasha and Bayley, they came out of it victorious, which is cool. And I think people are coming back. So try to ignore that. We move on here. Say that and then there's a video package that's saying DX is in the Hall of Fame, and includes China, because everyone, including the ninth wonder of the world, China, everyone who is part of DX is in the Hall of Fame. So that's cool. Shawn Michaels is going to be inducted in the Hall of Fame twice now. That's interesting. And then next, there's a match with Dean Ambrose and Drew McIntyre. Drew won with Claymore kicks, so it took 2 Claymore kicks, but Drew won. And then there was video package, the continuation of the video package where Paul Heyman was talking more about Brock Lesnar and how he knows that every time Seth gets a move, he's going to get back up. He gets hurt, he's going to get back up. He knows that Seth is going to keep getting up. So he knows that Seth is going to be Brock's biggest challenge yet so far at WrestleMania. I know that that I'm rooting so hard for Seth to win this match at WrestleMania, definitely. And then after that, Seth was interviewed by Charlie, and he said he accepts his fate, but he wishes that Brock would accept his too, which is that Seth is going to give Brock everything he has, and he promises that he's going to come out as the Universal Champion. He's going to leave WrestleMania as Universal Champion. And then Dean walks up to Seth and was like, "Where were you tonight, man?" and Seth was like, "Have you completely lost your mind?" Because Dean was like, You're not partners anymore. It's like, what? And Dean was like, and just laughed. It was weird. And then Elias came out and he complains about the crowd, and then he's about to sing a song dedicated to himself, but Aleister Black comes out and gets in the ring, and he says that he's going to make Elias fade to black. So then Elias and Aleister Black have a match. Aleister hits Elias with Black Mass to win. I was happy about that. Do love the fact that Aleister got the win there. Everyone who debuted on NXT had every debut from NXT tonight had matches and won, so that's amazing. And then lastly, it was Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott Raw Women's Championship match. This is the traditional Ronda fights the night after a pay-per-view, and so this was the match I was hoping we were going to see at Elimination Chamber. Because Ruby, unlike an Elimination Chamber, actually gave Ronda a fight. So anyway, Ronda and Ruby had the match that I was hoping they would have at Elimination Chamber. Like, I was really hoping. So, I'm just happy that Ronda... The beginning was funny when Ronda came out, because she was, like, so angry, but she's still... Like, she's so angry, and then she takes her wristband, and she's like, I'm mad, okay. Here you go, wristband. And then back to angry, and I'm like, okay. Well, at least she was still able to give someone in the crowd a wristband. That's cute. And then Ruby gave her a fight. And, like, she almost won a couple times, but of course Ronda got the disarmer. Yeah, I'm probably gonna cut this out. I'm cutting it out. Because I literally just yelled because you're being annoying. I'm cutting it out.
Please don't cut me out.
What, you want the fact that I just yelled stop to be on here?
No, just start now. I love you.
She's annoying. Okay. So, on that weird note, there are some things, there's going to be a little jump cuts a couple times because of her, but that last thing, well, she wants it in, so it'll be in, but I'm going to have to do a little bit of editing with this because I thought I did this review on time, because I didn't, but let's just say Ronda won, and I was very happy about that. Liv and Sarah tried to get in, but she immediately did judo throws to them, and they just left, and so the match was... The show ended with Ronda just being very angry, and that's the whole show. It was okay. I really felt like the crowd really just wasn't into anything, so I'm really hoping Smackdown tonight is better. I mean, and I'm hoping Asuka's on it. I'm hoping that so many things happen, and so I will see you tomorrow with Smackdown Live Review. Bye.